when Blood, Sweat, and Tears, I had moved to New York, and I was really lucky in the fact that I was playing with great musicians, a lot of big bands, my idols, Clark Terry, big band, Duke Pearson's big band, and Joe Henderson's big band, to name a few. Chuck Israel's had a big band, and they did gigs on weekends and gigs around town, and we'd play at a club, and maybe there'd be 30 or 40 people at the club. We'd play at the Vanguard. The Vanguard was usually pretty crowded, but 50, 60, maybe 100 people. Lo and behold, I joined Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and we started doing a concert tour, and it was thousands of people. We got to California, Winterlands, thousands and thousands of people out there. From a guy who was used to going to jazz clubs that only held 150 average. It really kind of, in a way, blew my mind that there was so many kids out there who wanted to hear music, and a lot of the music was great. So I joined Blood, Sweat, and Tears in '68, playing at the Fillmore and playing at Winterland. But I left Blood, Sweat, and Tears to join Horace Silver. The drummer was the great Billy Cobham, who had just gotten out of the Army, and I came back to New York, not knowing what we were going to do. By the time Dreams hit, man, nobody ever, I'm telling you, the audience was in shock, because they never saw anyone with that much technique play. They were like rock kids. And Billy went on to invent the style of jazz fusion drumming. Nobody had ever done that or seen that before, so when we played, the audiences were flabbergasted, for lack of a better word. I mean, I saw him develop, and it's hard to really put into words. It was a slow development. When he joined Horace, he was using a regular jazz drum set, and he was very strong, but he started lifting weights, and there were other groups around that I think influenced him. One, strange as it might seem, was Cream. I might be wrong here, but I think just the strength of Ginger Baker and the fact he used so many drums had an influence on a lot of jazz drummers. Rock really, at that time, had a big influence on all jazz musicians, because it just came in like a tornado. I mean, in the late '60s, everyone was influenced by it. Jazz musicians soaked up all that stuff. Billy started adding drums. I mean, I have all these old Horace Silver tapes where we're trying to play. We were an acoustic band then. It was upright bass, and the horns had limited feedback as far as monitors or a sound system. This was back in the '60s. You set up a couple mics, and that was it. And we used to have to whisper, Billy, you gotta play a little softer, can't hear ourselves. And I have tapes, okay, he'd say, I'll play softer, and he'd play soft for about, 10 seconds, and then hit it. So he really needed another, for lack of a better word, a venue or a place to really exhibit his wares, and an electric band. Dreams was the perfect vehicle, and of course after that Mahavishnu, and of course after that his own bands.